of Peace Luv Biz. This is Steve, today's Salt Manager, and I am with Mary, who we are calling Utah because she is salty today. And Mary, what's going on? How are you feeling?
I feel, oh, so many things. I feel I have purpose. I'm going to find solutions to stuff. However, yeah, people need to just understand what it is about a business. That's where I'm at today.
Yeah,
It's work. It
yeah,
is work. That's been my preaching from my soapbox all day today. And
yeah,
everybody listening, feel bad for Steven because Steven has to put up with this attitude, and it's 100 times worse when I'm on a day like today.
yeah. Well, what we're gonna do is we're at least gonna make it constructive because we have been constructive all day, but we thought that it might actually be nice to get a more raw and channel some energy into what people really need to hear. Because let's face
Absolutely.
it, how many times do people need that wake up call, that come to Mary, Joseph, Jesus moment, and just hear what they really actually need to hear rather than what they want to hear. So,
Absolutely.
first question really is kind of identifying the problem, and you know, there's an age old question: is are you working on a business or are you working on a hobby? A lot of it comes down to the commitment level and how truly invested you are in this. Are you working on this morning, night, noon, and after dark, or are you just dabbling here or there? So, you know, for you, Mary, what do you look at when it comes to a time check, the financial aspect, or even, what do you think about that type of angle?
Well, for me, the commitment, the financial aspect of it is if you're not fully committed, if this is not what drives you, if your purpose isn't behind this, you're wasting time. Wasting time is wasting money. My time is valuable. Everybody's time is valuable. I can put a dollar amount on my time, and everybody should be able to do that. Everybody should be able to put a dollar amount of how much it they should be earning. And so, for example, I am I going to get my hair cut? Am I going to cut my own hair? Am I going to change my own tire? Or am I going to hire someone else to do that? Because somebody else does it. I know that in all likelihood, I make more money than them. It doesn't benefit me. So I'd rather work and make more money and pay them the difference. And if you're not, if you can't understand that part of it, that really you should not be going into business and you need to go back. It doesn't mean that you can't ever go into business. Go back to school and take some intro business courses. Really simple. Or listen to, Mary. Maybe understand it that way because that's a good solution. Um, but yeah, I'm really fired up about this today. This is
Yeah.
definitely where I'm at today.
Well, I think that a lot of it comes down to a direction for a business. Obviously, you need to know where you want to go to, where you want to get to in business. What are your goals for the business? And then you kind of work back and, you know, as you're scaling a business, you kind of figure out those key markers. Do you need specific processes? Do you need more people? That type of question. And realistically, everybody's on a different journey. But
Absolutely.
what's funny is that it seems to be a lot of the same types of people, the same types of mindsets are coming out at the moment. Which some people want to just play with their business and sound like they know what they're doing. They see it as something of a popularity contest, or that they're just gonna operate. I'm not going to say without integrity, but they're going to say that they want to do one thing, act in another way, and ultimately not get anywhere quickly.
I
Have the
do
best,
think
yeah.
it's part, though, integrity to your point, but I think it definitely part of integrity, but more so accountability.
Mm,
Um, there's the age old adage of find a profession or a job you love and you'll never work a day in your life. Um, I I love accounting and numbers. Friday night, and Steven jokes about this, but when he says it, it comes off joking, and it's not a joke. On a Friday night, you will find me in my front patio with my laptop doing QuickBooks. That's what I do. And I enjoy it because I get to shut down and just enjoy what I do, classifications and financial reports. I absolutely love that part of my job. Do I work? Yes, I do work. Absolutely. But it's the time that I've got to go, hey, listen, it's not just enough to say, well, I don't know what I don't know. You have to go, okay, I don't know this, and I'm going to find the answer. My clients know I am brutally honest. And if they ask me a question I don't have a clue about, I go, I have no idea, but I'll either find someone that does, or I'm going to look into it and get an answer for you.
Yeah. And that always goes back to my key thing is, I may have mentioned this on episode one, but it was, if you want to be an expert in what you do, you get the people in that are experts at what they do so you can focus on your area of expertise. There's a reason that you are an expert in accounting. And it's that type of level of maturity as a person to acknowledge that, see that, and act on it. Some people will act on it, but sometimes they won't take the advice or listen, which is kind of tough. And a lot of that does, you can look at it and say, well, when do they truly transition into that CEO stage? When are they truly looking for that growth mindset where they're looking to minimize and maximize in their business? For me, it starts with creating, first off, you need a sales funnel. Like,
Absolutely.
because without sales and leads and opportunities to make money, and you are literally just playing at that point. But really, that then comes with SOPs. So, what kind of operating procedures are you looking to get in place? Do
Sorry,
you?
I thought you said
Yeah.
SOBs.
Oh, I must be on
We've
the
had
brain.
plenty of that lately.
A lot of that on the brain lately. Yeah.
Yeah.
But it goes back to getting yourself organized, getting yourself straight, knowing the procedure. What happens when I get a sale? Do I get with the vendor? Do I provide X service? Obviously, this is more of a service type business that I'm talking about, but it really applies pretty much anywhere. What do you
Well,
do
and be
next?
honest with yourself.
Hmm.
I mean, the best thing you can do is be honest. It doesn't, you may not like it all. You don't have to. But if you don't like it and aren't looking to change it, you need to accept it. And
Yeah,
you need to accept the certain realities that come as a result of that. If if you don't like it and you're changing it, good for you, you know? But I think to our point this week, definitely, you, people going into business, you need to be really aware that business is hard work. I mean, I'm 50 years old. We've joked before that I've been an accountant as long as Steven's been alive. I I balanced my first checkbook when I was like 8 years old. I always wanted to be an accountant, and I knew I'd have to bust my butt to do what we're doing now.
absolutely.
You know,
But the statistics are there though. Like, if you've had the, if you've had a good year, what did that year come down to? And you can back it up. People that
absolutely.
people that want to play with their business or play with any type of thing, even if it is a hobby, how serious are serious are you about that activity?
Mhm.
Like, you can measure the performance, and pretty much the correlation between activity and success is pretty much always on an upward trajectory. The more activity you have, the better off you'll be.
I know we're our brand is peace, love, and biz. Honestly, this whole thing ties back to peace because if you have this much inner conflict that you aren't owning, recognizing, being accountable to, and just hoping things fall into place, There's no way on earth you have any type of inner peace or outer peace. That means you're living in chaos. And that's not good for anybody. It's just not. It's not healthy. I mean, go look at statistics. I'm not a doctor, but you're causing stress on yourself that impacts not just your physical state, but your mental state. And
I've been there. I put myself under so much pressure just from a regular old sales job. So much pressure on myself that I literally my body broke down, my mind broke down, and it took me 2 or 3 months to really get back on check. And I wonder if I've actually truly fully recovered from that. I
well,
know that you've said I haven't
I
in
mean, no,
sometimes.
I think it takes time because even it took us 8 years for us to figure out why don't we work together, and here we are. And even in the beginning stages, I mean, we have busted our butt for the last 6 months to really overhaul and just come up with a new everything. And the first couple months, you were beating yourself up, and I was like, dude, nobody's dying. We're fine. We're gonna be fine. We're gonna be fine. And you were beating yourself up a lot. The pressure, but also look at where we're at. So it's like,
Yeah.
okay,
Sometimes we we were going to talk about investing in the right areas in terms of a business, but when you look at investing in the right areas from a person and a human perspective, it really all starts with your brain. And if you're not feeding your
mhm,
brain in the right way, if you're not feeding your body in the right way, you're gonna crash. And it's the same for a
absolutely.
business. It's the
Hmm.
same for a business. If you get the wrong people in that are toxic for the environment, it will start to spiral. Same with any vendors that you bring in. As soon as you start to recognize that, people will cauterize a wound or just, cut right through. So, um,
Well, and I'm famous for that. Like, I'll be the first one to say it. It doesn't work. It doesn't work. You got to cut it. Bye. Get rid of it. But on the other side of that, on the positive side of that, like, I know we spend more time with each other virtually than we spend in face to face with our spouses. And yeah, I mean, I drive you absolutely insane and I absolutely love doing it. But at the same time, it really doesn't feel the 80 hours or whatever we put in does not feel like 80 hours to me. I mean, maybe it feels like 120 to you because I can be exhausting, but
yeah. I mean, there's definitely a
like,
weight to
haha,
the
but
time balance. But no.
yeah.
Um, but honestly, if you, like you said, if you love what you do, you'll never work a day in your life.
So,
That's the art of being an entrepreneur. You will find yourself. I say it myself every day. I'm in the lab, which is my office, as soon as
mhm.
everybody goes to bed, and I'm in here until my brain starts to shut down. I'm like, all right, I'm done. But I'm in here. I'm developing strategy. I'm redoing stuff. My brain just constantly is in development mode, even if it's for
But
not for
and
us.
why is that? I'll be the host for a second. Why is that? How many years have you dedicated to doing this and then finding the right fit? I mean, do your credit.
Yeah, I think that it's because I went into a sales role where it really kind of opened my brain. It's like, well, what really is in it for the customer and the client to get involved? What is the benefit to them? So that just kind of gave a kind of switch in my brain where it's like, okay, it's what's beautiful about it is it's business. It's not supposed to be sexy. It's not supposed to be, it's supposed to be about money. But I get to be creative in what I do, which is really weird for an accounting business services company. And I can do it for anybody. So that's
Mhm.
really what keeps me going. It gives me that enthusiasm and it kind of gives me hope that even though people do struggle a lot, they they do need a lot of help and they are problem children. They're problem children for a reason because they need that adult to guide them through it and get them out of adolescence. So
Absolutely.
yeah,
Absolutely. And we've been I grew up in a big family. There were troublemakers and there were saints. There were saints and sinners. Everybody there's a saint and a sinner everywhere. But at some point, get you on the track, listen, you'll be okay. But you
yeah,
gotta come in and be honest with yourself and go, do I really want to do this? Do I want to be a business owner, or do I want to be an employee? That's question number one. You want to be a business owner, do you want to just sit back and not work? Then you've got to go to the other option, or marry money. I don't know the other solution, because business owners work. You work. You have to work. That's it.
Love the craft, love the grind, and get used to it. If you find yourself spinning your wheels, don't let great be the enemy of good. Do something well rather than
Hmm.
doing something perfect. Like perfection
Absolutely.
is the enemy of production. Um,
Yep.
that was kind of weird how that came to me then.
That was
But
perfect. That was
it
actually
was good.
perfect as we're wrapping all this up. That was
Yeah.
just
So
perfect.
um, yeah,
You've been on it today. You're normally on it, but you've gotten a couple good zingers on me today, so that was good. And then that one just sealed the deal.
yeah.
I
Well,
should be a little bit more salty more often, inspire you a little bit more.
it
Maybe not.
definitely brings an energy, doesn't it?
It
It
does.
brings the energy up and it makes us combatively creative, solutions
Ah,
orientated.
number four today. Number
Yeah.
four.
So
You're
yeah.
killing it.
Either way, we'll keep talking about this. We'll keep discussing options and ways for people to keep growing and helping out. If anybody is dealing with mental health issues, please reach out to us. Um,
Yeah.
we
And a professional.
in a yeah, we can help
Uh,
connect you with a professional,
we'll
or we can
connect you
just
to
be
a
that ear,
professional.
or we
Yeah,
can
we
just
can
be
be an
that
ear.
ear that you need. But check us out if you need help with your accounting, your business side, anything like that. Go to peacelovebiz.com, and we will see you next time.
Awesome. Thanks, Stephen. Thank you, everybody. Have a great day. Peaceful. That was awesome.
Yeah, that was kind of good, wasn't it?
You really kicked ass. Okay, so we'll schedule the podcast for Thursday at